published 1730 EDT, the 26th of August 2017, updated 1920 EDT, the 26th of August 2017. Wolves are currently playing with the money shot plastered across the front of their shirts. It seems an appropriate statement given the extraordinary developments at the championship club, who, under the influence of so-called super agent Jorge Mendes, have spent vast sums on transfer fees and wages in a gamble that leaves the club at risk of financial meltdown if they do not win promotion to the Premier League this season. Wolves, who on Saturday drew 0-0 with Brentford to remain third in the table, have twice smashed the championship transfer record in the past 8 months, first paying £12.8 million to Benfica for winger Elder Costa in January, then laying out £15.8 million to Porto for Ruben Neves last month. Jorge Mendes has increased his level of influence at Wolves over the past year. Mendes does attend home matches at Wolves but doesn't go regularly. Both players are Mendes clients. So are Diogo Jota, this summer's other big new name, on a season-long loan from Atletico Madrid, and £7.2 million Ivan Cavaleiro, bought from Monaco last summer, though it was Valder Cardozo, an executive at Mendes Gestafood company, whose name was on the Cavaleiro paperwork. The transfer layout is just the start of it. Costa is thought to have commanded £80,000 a week last season, and Neves is likely to be earning something similar. The most Wolves had ever paid out in the past was £42,000 a week to Roger Johnson in the Premier League. At £7 million, Johnson had been their biggest purchase before this year. For a club whose annual revenues are so modest, £5.4 million in gate receipts, £3.4 million in sponsorship and £3.4 million in other commercial income, it is hard to see how they will avoid breaching Football League financial fair play rules. Wolves spent £12.8 million to Benfica for winger Elder Costa in January. Clubs are permitted accumulative losses of no more than £39 million in 3 successive seasons. Wolves' accounts to May 2016 reveal a small profit, though they needed £10.5 million income from their last Premier League parachute payment to creep into the black. Last summer's £32.5 million transfer spend, including loan fees and a much bigger wage bill with no parachute money, point to the club recording £20 million losses for 201,617, at a conservative estimate. Another £30 million of losses seem likely in the 12 months to the end of this season. That would be £50 million losses over 3 seasons. If promoted, Wolves would face a fine which Premier League riches would make it easy to pay. If marooned in the second tier, they would face a transfer embargo and probably need a fire sale to pay fines. Wolves paid out £15.8 million to Porto for Ruben Neves last month. As they continue to spend, it's hard to see how they will avoid a breach of FFP, says Charles Ross, who edited the long-standing Wolves fanzine Load of Bull. Money is being wafted around now, but by next summer we could be looking at a fire sale if this gamble doesn't come off. Ross is one of many Wolves fans uneasy about the idea of Mendes influencing a transfer policy from which he profits directly, both in commission on deals and the chance to parade his names in front of the big spending Premier League clubs. Mendes, who is also agent to Jose Mourinho and Cristiano Ronaldo, brokered the takeover that brought Chinese conglomerate Fosun International to Wolves last year and is close to the owner's man on the ground, club executive chairman Chi Yu. Almost half of 25 incoming players in the past 18 months have been from his Gestafood stable. £7.2 million Ivan Cavaleiro was bought from Monaco last summer, though it was Valder Cardozo, an executive at Mendes Gestafood company, whose name was on the Cavaleiro paperwork. So was manager Nuno Espirito dos Santos, one of Mendes' first clients. On Friday, it emerged that yet another, the former Celtic defender Daniel Majstorovic, has been in discussions with Mendes about becoming Wolves' sporting director. The incumbent, Kevin Thelwall, has seemed increasingly marginalized, with Mendes' controlling policy. Fosun's commitment to Mendes is cemented by them taking a 20% stake in Gestafood. Wolves have said they do not comment on specific financial matters or on their relationship with agents' fees. As always in football, some fans care only about results. The side are playing really entertaining, enterprising football, says regular matchgoer Steve Harrison, who speaks for many. The idea of an agent having influence is not new. Mendes is a powerful figure at Manchester United, too. Diogo Jota is on a season-long loan from La Liga side Atletico Madrid. Fosun's disastrous appointment of Walter Zenga last season, shortly after the Italian had presented Mendes with an Agent of the Year award in the Middle East, has actually boosted the positive sentiment. Now, there are stories of Zenga commandeering buses at the last minute to take them on a 2-mile drive from hotels to home games. It was mayhem. Nunes has brought none of that chaos. Although several of the club's British players are out of favour, with talisman Dave Edwards on his way to Reading, Nunes has revitalised 24-year-old Connor Cody by converting him to a centre half. Cody is thought to earn £8,000 a week, a tenth of Neve's wages. No one knows how the new Iberian contingent of players will cope with the bruising 46-game championship season. If they make it to the top flight, the punt will have been worth it. If not, focus will turn to what some already see as the death of what Wolves used to stand for under the stewardship of Sir Jack Hayward. It's not lost on many fans that shirt sponsor The Money Shop was forced to repay £700,000 a few years ago after admitting giving payday loans to people who could not afford them. Where has our soul gone when we have The Money Shop on the front of our shirts, and for the players it's all aboard the Jorge Mendes carousel, said Ross. If this is right, then please tell me how.